Well, we've already talked about running at elevations and the challenges that presents. Well, Jeff Lepper has decided to get a little bit more in-depth. How do you do it with turbos and normally aspirated cars? Here's our Tech Spotlight.
Does it help having turbocharged engines versus the normally aspirated?
Well, the turbocharger poses its own unique challenges for us as tuners. We have to properly measure and monitor the amount of oxygen going in so we can get the correct air-fuel ratio coming out. The second part of the challenge for us is that the series, from event to event, will issue what's called a barometric pressure reference. That reference is designed to balance the performance between the naturally aspirated cars and the cars that run forced induction. We have to then go back into our calibration and adapt for that reference so that our output meets our requirements for the air-fuel mixture, which we found works well on the dyno, and staying legal with what the series limits are.
What are some of the stuff when you come to altitude that you might watch or monitor that would be different than when we're at sea level racing a normally aspirated car?
Well, with the thin air here, we always get a little hotter, and the car always runs a little hotter. The problem with that is it knocks timing out the car, which knocks horsepower out the car, and that's where we suffer when we're at altitude. The only thing we can do is try and get better cooling, but it's difficult because all the parts have been homologated, so that's the biggest struggle for us when we come here.
Well, it's always a battle for turbo to normally aspirated, especially when we come to Utah Motorsports campus.
Obviously, there's a lot of things for these teams to deal with. That's a good point about the cooling. You even alluded to it. It's huge here.